A single bad hire brings measurable financial and cultural consequences. It fractures team morale, exposes sensitive data to internal risk, and can cost a company up to 30% of that employee's first-year earnings. Yet, traditionally, verifying a candidate's background meant dropping their information into a black box. HR teams are forced to rely on scattered intake forms, messy email threads, and decentralized vendors where the verification progress often stalls. On the other side of the screen, the applicant is left in the dark. They are often asked to provide the same documents multiple times, which drives up onboarding anxiety and causes qualified talent to abandon the application. This breakdown stems from a structural flaw, the lack of a single, reliable source of truth where both the hiring manager and the candidate can track the status of the verification. When candidate data is scattered and communication is inconsistent, the background check is no longer a standard administrative task. It becomes a systemic vulnerability for the entire enterprise. Resolving this vulnerability requires moving away from fragmented vendors and adopting a unified platform, Cluso Infolink. Cluso organizes the hiring process into a trackable, centralized system built on 3 distinct pillars: submission, verification, and decision. Because the data moves strictly through these sequential stages, progress is visible. Every stakeholder can see exactly where a candidate is in the pipeline at any given moment. Replacing a fragmented process with a linear architecture establishes a clear audit trail. It allows HR to identify the exact status of any candidate and provides applicants with a predictable timeline for their results. The process begins with the company HR team. From their secure dashboard, they trigger the start of the candidate pipeline. HR creates the order, and the system instantly dispatches a secure invite. The candidate clicks the link, enters a digital portal, fills out the required background forms, and uploads supporting documents. The intake completes, securely packaging their inputs for the next stage. Automating this intake phase removes the burden of chasing down missing paperwork. HR receives a complete candidate profile, ensuring no validation begins until every required document is present. Once submitted, the finalized profile returns to the company HR dashboard for initial review and approval. Upon approval, the system's routing engine takes over. The candidate's data passes through a secure gateway, pushing it directly to the specialized admin and verifier tiers. This is the engine room of the platform. While HR focuses on other operations, the verification team conducts rigorous background investigations, criminal record checks, and employment validations. When the final database is queried and the last reference is confirmed, the platform marks the profile with the "Checks Done" milestone. Isolating this investigative work in a dedicated backend protects the candidate's sensitive personal data while keeping HR's operational bandwidth clear for other tasks. With the raw verification finished, the system takes those individual check results and synthesizes them into a single cohesive profile. The status updates to "Report Ready," and the comprehensive final file is delivered securely back to the company HR dashboard. Now the hiring manager steps back in to make the final hire decision. Because of the rigorous process behind the report, they are evaluating verified facts rather than operating on assumptions. This 3-stage system delivers the verified evidence required for a hiring manager to finalize a placement with the certainty that every claim has been validated. This streamlined flow replaces the emails and missing attachments of the traditional model with a single, transparent environment. By standardizing the pipeline, the enterprise protects its workforce from compliance risks. Candidates experience a faster onboarding process, and HR teams operate at higher efficiency. The result is a faster time to hire, achieved without compromising organizational safety or data integrity. Reliable hiring decisions require a foundation of verified truth. Cluso Infolink provides that foundation through a frictionless, highly structured verification architecture.